The Lakers gold, quite honestly, was a little more yellow.
Exactly. It is yellow. It isn't gold. Gold is what the Kings have on. That's gold.
Yeah, that's right. And the Lakers gold is school bus yellow. That's what I'm saying.
That's especially the school buses in Indiana.
Well, they were yellow. I worked in a school bus factory for a year. I know about school buses being yellow.
I thought you took the horse and carriage. And it will be Mike Bibby and the Kings with the first possession. Well, the Kings honoring their fans, the best in the NBA. And for the first time, Sacramento with the alternate jerseys, and Peja Stojakovic gets the Kings on the scoreboard first.
Well, a call play to start the game, executed very well. Peja Stojakovic going over the top of Lamar Odom with a long bomb.
Now here's Kobe over Bonzi. And a nice job of boxing out by Brad Miller.
And Bonzi forcing Kobe to take a fairly tough shot, so that's a good sign as well.
Here's Stojakovic right at Odom in the draw and kick to Bibby. He has not been shooting the ball well in preseason.
And that one was really a low liner as well.
And here's Bryant, and Kobe gets to the foul line. Kobe Bryant fouled by Brad Miller.
Well, just a fantastic spinning, quick move by Kobe Bryant. Just a whirling dervish right here over the top, draws the contact, almost gets the shot to fall. I mean, there's not a lot of guys can make that play.
Jerry, as Kobe Bryant goes to the line, there's a new member of the Lakers in the starting lineup wearing jersey number 54. I'm talking about Kwami Brown, first pick in the draft by the Wizards a couple of years ago. It really did not meet expectations, and now he's out of the nation's capital. What do you think of him in the Lakers uniform?
You know, I think he's got a chance to be a very good player, but this is the year he's got to do it. He's been a major disappointment, no question about it. Has shown flashes of talent. The charge for him will be to be a consistent player and to use his ability. Here again, Phil Jackson knows that, and for the Lakers to be good, Kwami Brown has to be good.
Boy, I'll tell you, Smush Parker is bumping Mike Bibby all the way down the court.
Well, this is a consistent pattern we've seen. I think teams feel like that Mike isn't as quick as he's been in the past, and they really put the pressure on him handling the basketball.
Oh, that ball is 2 feet short.
Yeah, Chris Mem challenged Brad Miller, and I think Brad changed his mind mid-shot.
Now Bryant. Kobe working on Bonzi Wells, 10 on the 24. And here is a three. Parker no. And Kwami Brown couldn't put it home. And Mike Bibby and the Kings look to break out with numbers. Oh, nice pass to Sharif from Mike Bibby.
Oh, just a great look. Mike Bibby looked away the defenders like he's going to Peja Stojakovic and found Sharif Abdur-Rahim. And Sharif found the basket. Nice little kiss off the glass.
And I talked to Mike Bibby in the locker room before the game. He had an MRI and an X-ray on his foot. And I asked him, okay, what is the deal with that foot? And he says, you know, it hurts. It hurt me last year. Here's Mike coming out. You'll see the beautiful pass. But the pain is on the top and the outside of his right foot. And he said it hurts when he cuts, but, you know, he said he's not overly concerned about it.
Well, I think really the thing that probably most concerns the Kings fans right now is Mike shooting. And that's what really, hopefully he'll get that stroke lined out in this game.
Defensive 3-second violation. And so that means Kobe Bryant will go to the foul line. Early minutes, first quarter. And again, the Kings starting Sharif Abdur-Rahim at the power forward tonight. And Bryant makes it a 1-point game.
Well, certainly Sharif matching up with Kwami Brown, that's probably an easier matchup. So that may be part of the reason he's starting, whether that's Rick's final decision. But Kwami Brown 6'11", obviously Kenny Thomas much smaller. So that could be a factor as well.
And there is Chris Mem.
Well, Chris Mem, the much-traveled 7-footer out of the University of Texas, really showed a lot of improvement last year, and continuing on that vein, using that half hook over the top of Brad Miller.
So the Lakers with a 1-point lead. Bibby And he's fouled. What a nice pass by Brad Miller.
Well, Brad Miller showing you that high post passing skills that he has. Hit the cutting Mike Bibby at the basket. Now this is a shot Mike would like to have back. You see Mike used a screen from Brad, loses Smush Park at the top, goes to the hoop, takes the contact, not able to finish the shot, but gets the free throws.
Boy, Mike's just having trouble making anything in this preseason.
Yeah, he hasn't made free throws in the preseason either, and so that's very surprising.
Well, 2 more misses. He had 2 misses against the Suns and Albuquerque from the line.
No, he has not shot well from anywhere, and very tight-looking shot during the preseason.
They get a hand on a nice play. They forced the turnover, and here's Abdul Rahim. Stojakovic from downtown. And Abdul Rahim able to save the ball because of Brad Miller diving out of bounds, but it was Sharif who really kept it alive. And here's Bonzi Wells. No, Miller tipped good. Boy, you love to see that.
Well, just great hustle. All 5 gold shirts involved in that play, and Miller gets the hoop.
And a foul on Sacramento, and if it's on Brad Miller, it's his second, and instead it's Bonzi Wells. 6-5, the Kings with the lead.
Now watch this great effort here as Bonzi Wells misses the shot. There's Brad Miller with the tip. Totally controlled and gets the putback, but hustle play kept that ball alive.
Now Bryant turns and fires over Bonzi Wells.
Well, that's Kobe Bryant. Bonzi, you know, you're just not going to stop Kobe. You hope if you make him shoot fadeaway jumpers, that's probably a good outing.
That's better than flying dunks.
Yeah,
because he'll break you down.
Well, he's got 100 ways to scoring, and here again, Bonzi playing him straight up one-on-one, makes him take a turnaround jump shot. Certainly Kobe can make that, but as you said, even better off the dribble.
There's the double team, Bibby. Mike Bibby attacks and is fouled. Good to see Mike Bibby getting to the foul line, but now he has to make his shots.
Yeah, Mike showing you the aggressiveness, but as you said, doesn't mean a lot if you don't get up to the line, knock them in. So it's time for Mike to get that sweet stroke going. Last preseason game, been struggling the entire preseason.
There it is. Mike Bibby, and he ties the game. You know, it's funny that we're talking about Mike Bibby this way. He's one of the best point guards in the NBA. He's proven it. He's one of the best big clutch shooters in the NBA. And here we are in the preseason worrying about the guy's shot. You know?
Well, it is amazing because, I mean, I've never seen him go through this long a stretch, quite honestly. A slump for Mike Bibby's a couple of quarters normally for the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, nice drop pass from Lamar Odom. He's fouled. Chris Mim put it right on the money, and Brad Miller has picked up a second.
Well, I think you can see the skill of Chris Mim certainly going to fit into Phil Jackson's system pretty well. Kwami Brown finds Mim at the high post, little drop-off pass to a cutting Lamar Odom. That's just great timing and execution. Yeah, with Mim and Odom and Kwami Brown up in that front line, a pretty good sized front line, and more importantly, very athletic. And
here's another big difference between the preseason and the regular season. Ordinarily, Brad Miller would be coming out of the ball game with 4 minutes into the quarter and already with 2 fouls. But Rick wants this 5 on the floor to get a rhythm and get accustomed to playing with each other. Oh, almost a travel. Wells. Bonzi, no. Trying to draw the foul. No whistle. And the Lakers come back the other way.
Well, it looked like he did get a lot of contact. Violet Palmer didn't see it that way, but Rick Alvin felt the same way.
There's Brown.
Well, Kwami Brown going up with that half hook. That's such a good weapon, especially for a 6'11" athlete like Kwami Brown. Kwami has kind of small hands for a big guy, but still has a lot of talent.
Oh, what a power move by Sharif Abdul-Rahim. And that's a quick first step by Sharif.
Yeah, Sharif just exploded to the basket right through 2 Lakers and finished the ball.
So a 2-point lead for the Lakers. Lamar Odom posting. Now Page able to push him out of the paint area. Oh, boy, Bibby got fouled by Kobe Bryant. That's a foul. You got to call that. And you know what? Good for you, Rick Allen, because he's 100% correct. That's supposed to be a point of emphasis in the NBA. As a screen person, you are not allowed to use your body in that fashion, and that's exactly what happened there. That's a very bad no call.
Now watch as he turns right into Mike Bibby, and that's what Rick Adelman is upset about, as he should be. As
you can't do that.
You cannot do that. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
Hey, I was at the NBA meetings in September with the officials, and that play we went over on videotape in front of every broadcaster and NBA official, and they talked about how they are going to start calling that, and that's a perfect example. That's exactly what they showed us, and they didn't call it.
Well, I'm going to give you a little secret here. Every year they have the point of emphasis stuff, and it never happens. So it's just what it is, words.
All right, so it's a 12-10 game. Abdur-Rahim, now to Bibby. And Mike Bibby with the perimeter shot. Boy, how good has Sharif looked here in this first quarter?
Well, he's looked very good. He knows he's got a little quickness advantage on Kwami Brown, and he's using it.
And a steal. Here come the Kings. 3-on-2. Stojakovic. Bonzi Wells to follow.
Well, Bonzi got the steal. Bonzi got the hustle play to finish, as Page is not able to finish at the hoop. King showing a lot of effort, a lot of work right now. And, of course, when Mike Bibby has that shot going, that perks up everybody on the floor.
Sacramento now with a 2-point lead. Here's the very athletic Lamar Odom. They double him. Mim posting, and they force him into a tough shot.
It looked almost a little bit like the Kareem sky hook there, not able to go, but nice looking weapon.
Oh boy, did Mike Bibby get right by Parker to set up Stojakovic. Yes.
Mike Bibby definitely showing you the ability to penetrate. Phil Jackson wants to talk about that.
Jerry, this is as good as this five has looked this preseason. This is an excellent start for the Kings, and they lead it 17-12. A 5-point Sacramento lead. Mike Bibby, Sharif Abdur-Rahim looking very good together here early on in this one.
Now Mike Bibby penetrating, pushing the ball, throwing it ahead. There's Sharif able to kiss it off the glass. Great passing, the nice hoop. Smush Parker giving Bibby trouble. Bibby adjusting, finds Sharif, who shovels it back to Mike, and Mike has that jumper going right there again. Smush Parker trying to pressure Bibby. Bibby uses the screen, and Sharif powers the ball through a couple of Lakers right at the basket. So Sharif and Bibby playing very well together.
Boy, you talk about Sharif Abdur-Rahim, and again, you know, different player than Kenny Thomas. They're both very good. They both put up good numbers. But when you have perimeter players like Page and Brad Miller, you wonder if it's not better to have a low post guy like Sharif, who could also go to the outside, but he's very comfortable down on the block.
Well, certainly, I think with Brad Miller, who is really not comfortable down the block, it's an easier fit. You know, I think that when you bring in a Brian Skinner, then maybe Kenny Thomas, who's very good away from the basket, and Brian Skinner very good in the low block. So a lot of ways to look at it.
And if everybody accepts their roles, and Rick Adelman said that must be the key when the season starts, then it can be a very formidable rotation. You know, you got guys that come in and have a role and do what they're supposed to, and then all of a sudden Rick's got a very deep team.
Yeah, well, no question he's got a very deep team. It's, like I said, it's a matter of which players play the best, and they make it all work. I don't think you can play 11 guys, quite honestly, but I think you got 9 guys that you can play every night.
5 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the Kings with a 17-12 lead and a rebound by Sharif Abdur-Rahim. So it's not Little League Baseball. Is that what you're saying, Jared?
Absolutely, it better not be.
And Bibby, shot block. There's Wells to keep it alive, but now Kobe able to pick up the loose ball, and a lead for Parker. And that's off the mark. And Lamar Odom with the rebound. Now it's switched defensively. Bibby was on Kobe Bryant. That's good defense by Sharif. And Bonzi Wells with the rebound. Good to see the guards rebounding again.
Well, certainly Bonzi does it every night. He's been the leading rebounder in 2 games already. Lakers not too smart, not taking advantage of Mike Bibby, as we see a great pass from Brad Miller to fellow Hoosier Bonzi Wells cutting to the hoop. But the Lakers had Kobe Bryant on Mike Bibby on Kobe Bryant and didn't really take advantage.
That's a mistake by Kwami Brown, obviously.
Absolutely was. Getting the same thing. I mean, Kwami's got to know better.
And out of bounds off of Lamar Odom. And the Kings leading 19-12 with 4:34 left in the first quarter. We'll get it right back.
Smush Parker, you see, trying to pick up Mike Bibby, make him work 90 feet.
Yep.
And the advantage of that is, you know, here again, you're just, the 24-second clock starts working against you. Kings just make the first entry pass with 13 seconds on the clock.
And Jerry, out of this 5 on the floor, you know, and that requires a lot of work because Peja misses the 3. Who's the next best suited guy to bring the ball up and give Mike Bibby a rest?
Well, probably you could, quite honestly, could throw it ahead to either Peja or Sharif Abdur-Rahim. Just don't even fight the pressure.
Yep. 19-12. Odom. And Lamar Odom is so good when he gets the ball down there on the block.
Well, he's an excellent blocker, as you said. He played power forward for Miami the year he was there, and certainly one of the better power forwards in the league. So very comfortable with his back to the basket.
Boy, when he was with Miami, the Kings never had an answer for him.
Well, I never will forget, you know, because at that time Chris Webber was just coming off injury, and that was just an impossible matchup at that time. But now a great little drop-off pass to Odom. Going to turn inside, come back to that left hand here again, using the left hand and a half hook. And, well, that's a shot I just wish Brad Miller would really watch that, because he has the ability to shoot that shot, and so difficult to stop in low.
There's Bibby. He's ready to go. He's ready for Tuesday.
Yeah. So much for the shooting slump. The Bibbinator is back on track.
21-14. 3:25 left first quarter.
Well, even Ted Williams went in the slump. What do you say? You know,
Kwami Brown, and Brown hits the 15-footer.
Well, you don't mind Brown keeping him out there. He can make that shot, but he's not going to beat you out there consistently.
We approach the 3-minute mark of the first quarter.
Would like to post up Bonzi on Kobe Bryant.
And what a pass out of that double team. That was beautiful. Bibby missed a shot, but again, that shows Bonzi Wells' passing ability.
Bonzi has a real feel for the game and certainly looking for his teammates.
And that is your alley-oop to Kwami Brown. Smush Parker put it right where it had to go.
Well, Smush Parker getting more comfortable in his point guard position.
And a foul on Kobe Bryant. Oh, and Kobe has some words for the official. He got right into Mark Ayette's grill, and Rick Adelman says, how come that's not a technical? And I don't blame him. He should be a technical. 2:34 left first quarter. 21-18. Kings with the lead. Well, we want to tell you the Feather Falls Casino Fight Night at Arco Arena returns Thursday, November 17th. You can see Sacramento's top-ranked boxer Eric the Hitman Reagan. He defends his IBA Continental Middleweight title. In the main event, tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or at the Arco Arena box office. Well, right here, it's 21-18. Kwami Brown coming over from Washington and having himself a nice first quarter.
Well, showing you the ability, runs the floor very well at 6'11". Smush Parker pushing the basketball, finds Kwami running the court, just throws it up and lets the big guy go get it. Another look at it, just drags a couple of defenders with him, and Smush Parker finds Kwami Brown for the throw down. So that makes Phil Jackson happy to see both of those players involved in outstanding play.
Brian Skinner is coming in for Sacramento, Jerry, and he will join Peja Stojakovic on that front line with Abdur-Rahim, Bibby, and Bonzi Wells in the backcourt.
For Kings, 6 assists, no turnovers thus far. So again, it shows you that Mike Bibby's getting into not preseason form, but season form. Certainly running this team very well.
2 minutes and 34 seconds time left first quarter. And Bonzi Wells will go to the line. Bonzi already with 4 points and 2 rebounds. And again, you're right, Jerry, that we love that assist total. If you're Rick Adelman, 6 assists, no turnovers.
Yeah, you just right now you just wish they'd shoot free throws a little better, but certainly the ball's moving Kings like, and you certainly see a lot of unselfishness. Nobody's forcing shots. Everybody's looking for teammates. That's Rick Adelman's Kings basketball, but 4 missed free throws here in the first quarter.
Well, the shooting background here is a little different than at the brand new hardwood suite at the Palms.
Well, it really is. Of course, the rims still aren't pretty much the same height, though, aren't they?
I didn't measure him at that beautiful suite. Here is Aaron McKee, the veteran, and it'll be interesting to see how he helps out this Lakers team. He's been through the wars, former Sixer. He's very good player, and not as good as he once was, but still a good pickup for the Lakers.
Yeah, hard-nosed player, really forced pass that time. Page didn't have what he wanted. Yeah, that hardwood suite, that was something. I really didn't worry about the basketball part. I was just looking for free food.
Yeah, well, there was a lot there.
Well, there was. You can't beat free food. I've always said that.
We're going to show you that beautiful suite coming up a little bit later here in the telecast. Here's Chris Mihm. And there's Brian Skinner with another block.
Well, Chris Mihm tried to shoot that little running hook, but you better get it higher if you're going at Mr. Skinner.
Now Abdul-Rahim operating to Stojakovic. And that's a routine shot missed by Peja.
Yeah, again, Sharif really drew the double team, found Peja for a wide open, easy shot. The kind of Peja will make 7 out of 10 at least. But that was one of the 3.
Here's Odom. And look at Skinner alter that shot, and now Mihm on the backside, which happens so often when your shot blocker goes over.
Exactly right. I mean, of course, that's a play where Brian Skinner has to go for the shot to save a sure layup. But once you go for the shot block, you're off the defensive board.
Bonzi Wells, and he's fouled. I'll tell you, what a beautiful job of passing by all members of the Kings in this first quarter.
Yeah, everybody's looking for one another. I mean, certainly, and the new players, Sharif and Bonzi, they've shown their passing skills, which is very encouraging. Not that we knew they had it. Here's Brian Skinner with that nice block, and just says, get out of here. You see Brian going for the block, and then by doing that takes him off the play and off the board. So it's kind of a catch-22 sometimes, but you've got to protect the basket.
Couple substitutions now. Francisco Garcia in for Peja Stojakovic. And Jason Hart also is going to come in for the Kings. Good to see Jason Hart back after missing 3 games.
Sure is. And boy, great to see Mike Bibby with that outstanding first quarter. Just played terrific.
6 points. A couple assists, no turnovers. Kwami Brown and Devin George are in for the Los Angeles Lakers. And it's 23-20.
Now Brown will be playing center now, so it's a little different, even a more athletic lineup. Which I guess you can't be more athletic if Kobe Bryant's not on the floor. But
all right, Brown now working on Skinner. That's just good defense. 5 to shoot. Devin George.
Well, Lakers very fortunate there to get any kind of a shot. Jason Hart looking for someone to throw it to. That's why your point guard don't step out of bounds to take the ball in.
And they foul Garcia in the backcourt, so Francisco will go and shoot a pair as the Lakers are in the penalty.
Now watch Kwami tries to go one-on-one here, and Brian Skinner said, you can't do it against me. Clock running down. Devin George able to finish the play with a second on the clock. Kings a little bit discombobulated there as opposed to bobulated. You don't want your point guard taking the ball out of bounds. You want him being the receiver of the pass, Mr. Napier.
I understand.
And I think that's what Mr. Adelman is explaining to the guards. Mr. Jason, you haven't played for a while, but you are the point guard.
Sasha Vujacic in and Kevin Martin in for the Kings.
Yeah, Sasha, last year's first-round pick, has been struggling a little bit with his shooting, but has a chance to be a good player.
25-22, 1.4 second differential on the clocks. Sacramento does have a foul to give here. I've never understood why you would use a foul with 9 seconds left in the quarter. All they do is inbound and they set up again. But they will do just that.
Of course, I think in that case, you're exactly right. I don't think Sharif maybe didn't know and he was getting beat. You know, it's either foul him or he's going to go to the basket. So I don't think that was a strategic move at that point. That was a save myself back, foul.
Lamar Odom, nope, rebound Abdul-Rahim. And the first quarter comes to a close. An outstanding quarter, really. And for Sacramento, they played it very well. 12 minutes in the books here from Las Vegas. 25-22 Kings.
Well, I'll be very surprised if he isn't. I mean, I think he's exactly what the Kings need. gives you the consistency of effort on defense. A very solid offensive player, more importantly. He's the kind of guy who doesn't look to shoot, really looks to make the plays first, so would be a perfect complement to Mike Bibby, and will really bring a lot of extra effort to the court every night.
All right, McKee, Vujicic, Cook, George, and Brown on the floor for Phil Jackson's Lakers. Here's George. Blocked by Skinner. Boy, is he fun to watch. And the rebound, Garcia.
You're right. Brian Skinner has made his presence felt. Francisco Garcia getting a little bit out of control, nowhere to go, but 3 white shirts in the way. That's the kind of plays you got to learn from. You had nowhere to go, didn't have numbers, back it out.
Here is Kwami Brown. That time he got the step on Brian Skinner.
Well, again, you see the skill of Kwami Brown. That's why he can really help this Laker team at 6'11", playing center, has the ability to put the ball on the floor.
25-24. And Sharif fouled, and Sharif gets to the foul line.
Now watch as the nice block. Devin George thinks he's coming in, but the thing goes out. This time Kwame uses quickness, just a little inside fake, goes outside, able to get by Brian. Brian may be thinking shot block one too many times right there. But Sharif, again, being aggressive before the double team arrives, showing you the quickness, spins right to the basket and draws the contact.
And it's now 26-24. Kings now 7 of 11 from the foul line. And it's a 3-point Sacramento lead.
The Kings putting a little more pressure on as well. Kevin Martin picking up Aaron McKee. Sasha Vujicic being challenged as well. So that's a good sign. Go to the younger guys, younger legs, go after the ball.
Kenny Thomas is going to come in at the next whistle. The Kings come up with a steal. Abdur Rahim again. His pass though picked off. McKee ahead of the field. And it's a 1-point game.
Well, Sharif, nice penetrating move, but left his feet. And of course, it's a mistake when guards do it, but doubly so when big guys do it.
Now they come up the trap and they almost steal the ball as it was knocked out of bounds by Kwame Brown.
Now watch Sharif leaves his feet, and Aaron McKee just anticipates perfect. Coast to coast, Sharif hustles back, tries to knock the ball loose, can't get there.
Kenny Thomas comes in for Sharif.
Now Kenny will present a different problem, especially for Brian Cook. We know he's really an outstanding shooter.
Traveling.
Francisco, a couple of rookie mistakes early on. Just got to settle in and play into the game.
4 turnovers for each team. Lakers trying to take the lead here with 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. And a foul. And it counts. What a circle shot by Devin George.
Well, Devin George got by Francisco Garcia on that cut, drew the contact, and just now watch as he comes off the high screen from Brian Cook, takes the pass, feels the contact, and just throws it up over his head. This is a remarkable shot, but very smart to put the ball up to the basket regardless. Once you heard the whistle, sometimes it will go in.
And a 3-point play gives the Lakers a 2-point advantage.
Lakers again showing you full court pressure. They've been consistent with that. Kings doing a better job breaking at that time.
Now Francisco tells Jason Hart to move away. And here he is, but he lost it. Boy, he's having a rough start here, coming in off the bench. He had beat his man off the dribble, and Vujicic gives the Lakers a 4-point lead, and Rick Alabin calls a timeout. 9:29 left here in the first half, and the Lakers lead it by 4. Well, the Lakers have a 31-27 lead with 9:29 left here in the first half, and Boy, you think of UNLV, a lot of great teams over the years, and one of our all-time favorite players, Reggie Theus, raised the floor here at UNLV.
Reggie, very thin at that time, had the afro going. There's young Jerry Tarkanian, the head coach. Reggie, very athletic with the running Rebs. Had them really a nationally ranked team at that time. Obviously, they became much better later on. But Reggie Theus went on to be a lottery pick and for the Chicago Bulls. You see Reg there on your left.
And good old Reg, not afraid to shoot the ball, model, actor, now coach. And that gets us to our Cache Creek question of the game, brought to you by Cache Creek Casino and Resort, California's finest casino resort. Who was the only player besides Reggie Theus to play for UNLV and the Kings? We'll have the answer for you a little bit later.
Yeah, that's going to take me a while. I'm not sure of that one. But Reggie, outstanding player, now New Mexico State head basketball coach.
Well, the Lakers getting a good start from Kwami Brown, who has a lot of pressure on him, coming over from Washington.
Well, certainly he's produced very well. You see Kwame going one-on-one inside against Brad Miller. Uses a half hook in the low post. Now faces up. Little 15-footer over the top. Shows you can go outside. Alley-oop from Smush Parker. And Kwame puts it down. Now drives the ball to the basket. So you're seeing some of the talent and reason why he was taken as the first pick coming directly out of high school. And I think the Lakers may have caught a break because, you know, a lot of young guys, you just don't know when they're going to kind of get it. And I think playing with Kobe Bryant and being coached by Phil Jackson will speed up the getting process.
All right, Kevin Martin with Garcia, Hart, Thomas, and Skinner. And the Lakers going to go full court pressure here, it looks like.
Well, the Lakers have been putting that pressure on from the very first second of this game, and looks like that's going to be a staple of their team to try to use a lot of players and just wear people out, stretch the game up and down.
So Garcia and Devin George knocked it away. So they are really capitalizing on Garcia's mistakes here in the first half.
Well, Devin George, the veteran, is just absolutely lighting Francisco up right now. Francisco telling everybody to get away. That time makes a very good decision, throws it long ahead of the defense. But you see, really, the Lakers really didn't risk a thing. The Kings aren't in their offense yet, and it's 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Now the shot clock is at 5 seconds. Here's Hart setting up Kevin Martin, and the three is no good. Rebound, Devin George.
Well, momentum is all Lakers, especially this second unit. The pressure bothering the Kings, and certainly Devin George in particular are taking advantage.
And a loose ball as a guy that's into the ball game right now, Andrew Bynum, the young player who the Lakers took with that first pick. Vucevic, the rebound. Look at that move, but he missed it. And, you know, again, that's going to be the learning curve for that young man.
Yeah, just 18 years old, a 7-footer. You see, has no ability, but he's going to be a couple of years. If he works hard, he can be a good player in the league. That's the key.
And a foul, and Skinner took a hard fall. Bynum picks up the personal.
Bynum has certainly worked on his body. He has lost a significant amount of weight coming from high school. His body looks very different now than it did his senior year in high school. So that's a good start.
8 minutes, 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Jason Hart. 5 on the 24. Boy, the Kings are having a lot of problems right now holding on to the ball.
Well, the defense of the Lakers have really taken the Kings out of their offense. They haven't been able to get inside, haven't been able to penetrate the ball off the dribble, just simply not getting anything going offensively. The full court pressure has really created a lot to that, just got the Kings out of whack.
Glad to have you with us on Comcast Sportsnet. I'm Grant Napier along with Jerry Reynolds. The Lakers with a 6-point lead.
Yeah, Kings only 2 points here in the first 5 minutes of the quarter.
We wondered if Rick Adelman would coach this game like a regular season game, and the answer is no, he is not. And Jerry, you made a great point again the other night when the Kings were playing Phoenix. you wouldn't see this 5 on the floor together at the same time.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, this is, certainly these guys will all play, but not together. I mean, at one time. They would be playing with some of the veterans. So, but Rick wants to see how they'll react to adversity.
Another bad pass by Garcia.
Not very well.
And the Lakers on an 11-0 run, looking for 2 more at the line. Actually, right now, not only how they're reacting to adversity, they're actually creating adversity because just haven't done anything by taking care of the basketball. 7 turnovers this quarter. So, just the opposite of what we saw in the first quarter. And George not able to hit the first. Devin George, an assortment of injuries last year, curtailed his development with the Lakers.
Yeah, it's probably his first year he's really stepped back in his career. He's been a pretty solid player here for a lot of years as a role player. But last year, as you said, injuries all year, just didn't get anything going. And, of course, all the different coaches didn't help him.
Garcia just got away with an offensive foul.
And really threw a terrible pass that Devin George probably should have had at the basket.
Here's Kevin Martin. Nice passing.
Good ball movement. Jason Hart, beautiful little backdoor pass to Garcia, who finds Kevin Martin. So that's a nice step. Maybe that'll settle these guys down and get in the offense a little better.
That ends the 12-0 run, and Garcia just fouled George.
And what Rick Adelman will want Francisco de Garcia to learn from that is you don't try to block a jump shooter shot way out on the floor. You try to challenge it, bother the shot, but you're not going to block a 20-foot jump shot. I mean, the odds are against it, and what's going to happen is just what we're seeing now, guys shooting free throws.
And another miss by Devin George. 7-point lead for the Lakers.
But Devin maybe ought to turn his back to the basket and shoot it over his shoulder. He's a little more acrobatic. Maybe he'll make the free throw. Again, you see full court pressure, 1-2-1-1. Kings are doing a little better job this time of pushing the ball.
Why do you think the Kings are having so much problem breaking this pressure? Now they attack the basket. Martin missed it, but are they doing something fundamentally wrong?
Well, they're not really looking ahead. I mean, you've got to attack it. You can't just throw it back and forth across it. You really need to look ahead where the weakness is, and certainly that's right at half court.
Almost a steal, and now Brian Cook. Devin George with 8 to shoot. Well, one way they'll break the pressure, they're going to put Mike Bibby back in the game. Here's Vujicic with a 3. No. And here's Garcia. He's 1-on-2. Now to Skinner. Boy, how about the athleticism for the big man, Brian Skinner?
Brian Skinner just sweeping down the floor and with the athletic finish, as you said. But Devin George comes right back in with a transition basket. So teams playing up and down at a nice pace right now.
39-31.
Jason Hart trying to get some offensive flow going here. Skinner to high post. Little high pick and roll.
And that's off Skinner's foot. And out of bounds off the Lakers, and we have a timeout. 5 minutes, 37 seconds left. Kings ball. When we come back, and it's been a good second quarter for the Lakers. They lead it by 8. And we're at UNLV, the Thomas & Mack Center. Kings and Lakers, second quarter with 5:37 left. Now, why don't we get to the Cache Creek question of the game, brought to you by Cache Creek Casino and Resort, California's finest casino resort. Jerry, who is the only player besides Reggie Theus to play for UNLV and the Kings?
I do not know.
Wow, how about that? We have stumped Mr.
Keon Clark, I'll be.
See, now you're going to just drive yourself crazy.
Man, I'm down now.
You should be, Jerry.
That's a turnover for me, just like we've seen about 7 here in the second quarter.
I thought you were ready for the regular season. This shows me that you really aren't.
No, when they all say he's unflappable, well, I'm flappable.
Yeah, well, there's a very famous figure, Jerry Tarkanian. Boy, what success, the national championship here when he got at UNLV. What a character Jerry Tarkanian was in his days here at UNLV.
A lot of great teams, no doubt about that. The national championship. There's the Shark. Tark the Shark.
Love that towel. And again, they win the national championship. What a team that was.
There it was, one of the all-time greats with Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon and
Greg Anthony.
Anderson.
Yep.
Anderson Hunt, I think.
Boy, they played above the rim, didn't they?
They sure did. That was one of the great upsets of all time the second year when Duke beat them in the Final Four. And
that's exactly right.
Duke won 2 in a row. Everybody assumed that UNLV would win 2 in a row. But short of the great Indiana, a couple of Indiana championship teams, and of course about a dozen UCLA great teams, I put Vegas right in that group. Certainly not equal to the UCLA champions at all.
39-31. Pazier with the catch and shoot. Rebound, Kobe Bryant. So Bryant back in. Profit in as well for the first time. And the nice ball movement down low, and fouled was Andrew Bynum.
Well, good ball movement by the Lakers. Young Andrew Bynum draws a couple of free throws.
Yeah, let's set the lineup for you as Brad Miller's out there with Kenny Thomas, Bibby, Stojakovic, and Kevin Martin. And it stays 39-31. Kings donning their new road uniforms, their alternate third uniform for the first time this year, to honor the fans with the gold standard. The Sacramento Kings fans, the best in the NBA. Not just from the people in Sacramento, but various publications and polls taken. One place you want to play in the NBA, Sacramento, because of the fans. Rebound, Devin George off the Mike Bibby miss, and Ron Profit will bring it up.
A good ball movement by the Kings. Mike Bibby had the shot he wanted.
Martin on Kobe Bryant. Boy, that's a nice job of help defense. But I was impressed with the way Kevin Martin stayed in front of Kobe Bryant. He picked up the foul, but that was a nice job.
Well, so Kevin is quick enough to stay with Kobe. Now he's not strong enough, and you see just kind of Kobe able to kind of go up through Kevin's chest there, and that's really the advantage he has. But Kevin has the quickness and athleticism to stay with Kobe, but then again, Kobe is very strong.
Bonzi Wells is in, and also Lamar Odom now checking in. And Brian Cook will exit. Brian Cook, the Big Ten Player of the Year a few seasons back at Illinois.
Yeah, late first-round pick. Showed a lot of promise last year. Kind of a perimeter big guy. Doesn't really have a lot of inside game, but good passer and shooter.
41-31. Shot clock at 7 for Stojakovic. No good from 3. Rebound Profit.
Well, Kings offense just really stagnant at that time. Not able to get any penetration to the basket or a good shot.
Devin George with a corner 3. And it's 41-31. We have just over 4 minutes left here in the half.
Well, this quarter has been all Lakers. Well, Brad Miller really should be able to penetrate on Bynum. I don't think he really is looking to do that, but Bynum not. Brad could give a little ball fake and get the ball to the hoop against the young post man.
Now Kobe can isolate it, frees up, creates space. You wonder, does anybody in the league create space better than Kobe Bryant?
I don't know who'd be.
Yeah,
I really don't. Maybe Iverson. He's just so small that you don't realize it, but
nice pass by Bibby. The Kings have been outscored 22-6 here in the quarter.
It has been all Lakers, and of course, you see a nice little drive by Bonzi Wells as Mike Bibby, a little penetrating move, and Bonzi actually not a drive, but just a take to the basket off the nice scoop pass from Mike Bibby.
And the free throw is good, and Phil Jackson would like a timeout. So with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, we'll take the break with the Kings trailing this one 44-32. Phil Jackson back with the Lakers. How do they figure in the picture in the Pacific? Well, we asked Rick Adelman that.
Well, they're going to do the same things they always done with Phil. You know, it's going to be mostly Kobe and Odom who are going to do the most of the damage for him. The other guys have to fit in. So, you know, I think at this stage I'm more worried about, you know, what we're going to do than what they're going to do.
Jerry, I mean, what do you think about the Lakers right now? Is it too early to tell? We need to see how Kwami's going to fit in and some of these other players?
Well, it is too early, but I do think you have to be impressed with what you've seen with Kwami Brown. No question, looks like he is going to fit in. And I think the fact that Phil is doing a couple of things maybe a little surprising, going to a more of a full-court game to get more guys involved, and probably gives Kobe and Lamar Odom a chance to get in the open court more, and also Devin George off the bench, at least in this particular game, has made the difference.
Yeah, he has. Devin George has played very well.
Well, Devin George doing it on both ends of the floor, but more importantly, just making circus shots, clock running down. That got Devin going. That was his first two. Here cuts to the basket, draws the contact, throws one over his shoulder. So now you know Devin's going. Steals the ball from Francisco Garcia here. Says, well, if you're not going to guard me, guess what? Bang, in the well. Kobe knows that his guy is going, and so does Lamar Odom. So Devin spots up from the corner. So Devin George really has created the margin here, producing 14 points in 11 minutes.
Boy, that's well off the mark. Rebounded by Bynum. Let's set the lineup now as the Lakers have profited the game. Devin Green in for the first time. Kobe Bryant, Odom, and Bynum. Here's Profit. And out of bounds to Sacramento, and that will allow Sharif to come in.
Ron Profit, the much-traveled former University of Maryland player. Been with a lot of teams for brief periods.
Bonzi Wells, stolen by Odom. Profit, in and out, rebound Stojakovic. Final minutes of this first half. And Mike Bibby gets to the line.
Well, Mike able to use his cleverness to get to the into the basket area and draw the contact. You see a little shuffle step here. Gets into the big guy, draws the contact.
He had Bynum on his roller skates.
But
14th foul, so the Kings will shoot free throws for the remaining 2:49 of the half, and Mike makes another one.
Well, Phil Jackson has left Bynum in this quarter mainly because the Kings have not been any good offensively, quite honestly. Bynum is not going to play for this team during the season, so these are just really valuable minutes for the young rookie. Probably will even see a lot of time in the developmental league.
44-34.
The Kings haven't taken advantage of him at all, which is a little surprising.
Nice defense. Now it's Kobe. Kobe gets the step, and he loses it. And they say last touch by Sacramento with 3 on the 24.
Well, Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom, you know, will be the key guys in the rest of this half.
Kobe's going to have to hurry. Slapped away, and the Kings come back 2-on-1. Here's Bibby. What a pass, but that's too hard for Wells. From here, it looked like it was going to make the target, but it was too hard for Kobe, or for Bonzi. I'm looking at Kobe. He thought he was fouled on that play, and he's still having some words with the official. 10-point game, and the Kings squander a 2-on-1 right there.
Well, you've just got to find a way to score on those kind of plays. Good steal results in nothing on the other end after a 2-on-1. So, again, that's something that's frustrating. Bonzi and Bibby's talking about it. Nice double team on Kobe. Here you see Bibby.
Wow.
No question, just a bad pass all the way. I think Mike wasn't sure where Bonzi was. Obviously wasn't there.
20-second timeout. And with 2:14 left, the score remains 44-34. Brad Miller picked up the foul, and that was his third. Kings will fly home tomorrow, and then they will leave for Oklahoma City to start the season on Monday afternoon. They will play Tuesday against New Orleans and Oklahoma City, Wednesday in Houston. And Mike Bibby We asked him about this basketball team, and he talked about accountability.
I feel, if something goes wrong or lose a game, I'll take that blame. We win, it's the whole team, but if something lose, something I didn't do, I'm going to take that blame. And just, leave all this stuff up to me, things that for a leader, like something happens with the country, something wrong with the country, they're going to go to the president. So, like something happens wrong with the team, I like to come to me.
Well, Mike Bibby wants the pressure of being a leader, and he'll have a chance to start proving it Tuesday. I will say about Mike Bibby, I think his defense has been much better this first half than what we've seen. Of course, there's no Steve Nash on the floor either.
Yeah, Smush Parker is not going to be confused with Steve. I will say that right now. Now, Smush himself is a very good defender, and he's taking it tough on Mike, and Mike's trying to give it right back to Smush.
You're right about Bynum. The Kings have not even tried to test him. And Pager has not found the touch here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy just playing high school basketball in March of this year.
And there's a dunk by Prophet. A lot of NBA fans were shocked when the Lakers used their first-round pick on Andrew Bynum.
Yeah, probably not anywhere near ready but as you see Mike Bibby knocking down a bomb, that's great to see. But as Mitch Kupchak said, it's a chance to get a young center. Boy, centers and point guards are the hardest things to find, and they'll have the patience. So I think it makes a lot of sense. Time will tell, of course.
And a bad pass. Kings will have it with 1:24 left.
I think a lot of the mid-size high school kids may never be anything special, because there's always going to be 6'4", 5 guys every year. We see Prophet with a nice cut and finish.
.13 on the 24. Approach 1 minute left in the half. Here's Sharif one-on-one with Odom. And they come over to help double team. Bonzi, just mistimed it just barely.
Yeah, really nice effort, but no reward.
And now Bynum, and doesn't have the best hands in the world. It goes through him, and Lakers save it.
Yeah, he didn't even want it there, I don't think. And
here's Green, heel of the iron, and it comes back to LeBron Prophet.
Well, Bynum that time knocked the ball away from Brad Miller. It looked like Brad really should have had that ball.
And a steal. The Kings with numbers. They break out 4-on-1. And Mike Bibby, nobody picked him up, so he goes and puts it up and in. Coming up at the half, the story on the gold jerseys. That's at the half, right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Jim Kozimor, LoSal Thompson making the trip here to Las Vegas, and they'll have that story and a lot more coming up in just a moment. Three-pointer, Odom, flat shot, rebounded by Miller, and the Kings now with 15 seconds left to get the final opportunity.
Nice check out by Brad on that one. But Kings really need to score here. Go in with a little momentum.
Here's Peja. And boy, Peja not shooting the ball well. Brad Miller fouled, and it counts. Brad Miller with 1.3 seconds left, and he'll have a chance for the three-point play.
Well, that's exactly what Rick Allen was hoping for, a three-point opportunity. Thought Peja may get it, but no way. And Brad Miller going over the top of Smush Parker gets the rebound, the shot, and a chance for a three-point opportunity to cut this thing to 7. So this would be a nice turnaround here at the end, Grant.
Yes, it would, and Brad Miller capitalizes. 48-41, and that will do it. So we have played one half of basketball, and a very good half for Mike Bibby after the slow preseason. Guy has it going tonight, but the Kings trail by 7.
It over their head, and the press is off, and I'm sure that's what they felt like they've got to do, and no question, that's what they must do, and they can break it pretty easily.
Well, the Kings donning the alternate uniforms for the first time this year. The 6-man jersey in recognition of the best fans in the NBA, the Sacramento Kings fans. It still amazes me as we see them next to the Lakers. There is absolutely no similarity. Maybe the purple is the same color, but I mean, that's the Kings color. Just especially when you see it in person next to you.
Yeah,
the Lakers jersey. It's completely different.
Yeah, it's probably good to see them on the court with each other, because like you say, the Laker gold is really
yellow.
Definitely yellow.
What kind of yellow, Jerry, did you want to?
That's school bus yellow, my man.
A school bus yellow. There you go.
School bus yellow.
All right, Smush Parker in the backcourt with Kobe Bryant. Mim, Brown, and Odom up front as we start this second half. Brown now circles out. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Bryant. One step. The shot in and out. And a rebound, Bibby, who's in the backcourt with Bonzi Wells, Stojakovic, Abdur-Rahim, and Brad Miller.
Well, good defensive sequence that time. Kobe had to take a challenge shot. The Kings got the ball back.
Here's Abdur-Rahim. Oh, what a pass to Brad Miller.
That is just great individual effort by Sharif Abdur-Rahim, able to penetrate. Once the ball stopped, he finds the open man, and Miller is the recipient.
One of the questions fans had in the offseason when they acquired Bonzi Wells and Sharif Abdur-Rahim, how would they fit into the passing scheme of this offense? Well, the answer is pretty good. And a loose ball picked up by Wells. Kings within 5. Bonzi gets around 1 and finds the open Mike Bibby. Speaking of passing, there's another exhibit of Bonzi Wells passing, and now the Kings have scored 11 straight dating back to the last half.
Well, again, Sharif Abdur-Rahim with a nice pass. Bonzi Wells the same. So the two new guys fitting in very, very well.
48-45. Parker with 3 to shoot. And the 3 is no good. And it's rebounded by Sacramento. Now, if the Kings can get Pager to start hitting the shots, they might break away from these LA Lakers. Glad to have you here on Comcast Sportsnet. Sharif, no. And the rebound taken by the Lakers. Parker. Uh-oh, look out. And a pass a little bit too far for Kobe Bryant, that even his great athleticism couldn't pull it down. And Sharif put it in the book and sent him to the line.
Boy, outstanding move from Sharif there. Able to get to the basket and keep his poise and take his time, finish the play. Now watch Mike Bibby, outstanding pass. Sharif gets in here, doesn't rush it, gets balanced, takes it up strong, feels the contact. That is a veteran player that knows what he can do and when he can do it. And you just saw it done.
So Sharif now with 8 points and 3 assists. And a chance to tie the ball game. And the run continues for Sacramento.
Yeah, very good run. And obviously when the starters came back late in that second quarter, Kings have really reclaimed this game.
A 14-0 run for the Kings. I tell you, I don't think Rick Adelman can be disappointed with the way his starters have played in this game.
Oh, not at all.
And Pager with a steal. Kings again look to break out. 3-on-2 developing. Stojakovic. And look at that ball movement. I mean, this is spectacular.
Well, Stojakovic, known as a scorer, but you saw a beautiful pass that time dropped off to a hustling Brad Miller at the basket.
16 straight, and they lead it 50-48. And there is a foul call down low, and it's on Brad Miller. For Brad Miller, it is his 4th personal foul. And again, regular season, Brad would come out, but Rick Adelman is not going to mess with the flow that he has on the floor right now.
Watch this great little drop pass to Brad Miller from Stojakovic. That's just gorgeous.
Now Parker, and Abdur-Rahim comes over to pick up the foul. Mike Bibby got him as well. We'll see who the foul's on. And it's on Sharif. 9:20 left here in the third quarter.
Well, nice little driving move by Smush Parker and Sharif, Mike Bibby both trying to converge on him. That time Sharif gets the foul.
Do you look at this as the weak aspect of the Lakers, their point guard situation with Smush?
No question about it. I think Smush Parker's a guy that belongs in the league, but I think everybody would be a little bit surprised that he's a starting point guard at this point. Doesn't mean he can't do it, but that's got to be questionable. And I think that as this team goes, what they expect really is Kobe Bryant to handle the ball more and Smush Parker to guard the point guards. Because really Kobe and Lamar Odom are both really initiators of offense.
Quick move against Kwami Brown. That is a thing of beauty by Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
That was extremely quick. He just froze.
And look at Wells with the hustle. And here we go. 3-on-3. Bibby thought about it, and the Kings with a 52-49 lead.
Got a nice post-up opportunity. Bonzi Wells against Smush Parker. Now watch Sharif just spin away from the bigger Kwami Brown, uses the glass that denies Kwami a chance to block that shot. Now as he gets in here, spins away from him, extends, uses the glass. Kwami can't get to the shot when you use that angle off the glass.
How difficult is that to defend?
That is impossible to defend. And that is one of the reasons why Mr. Sharif Abdul-Rahim is one of the quality scorers in this league for many, many years.
Well, I think you're looking at your starting five for the beginning of the season as Brad Miller was pushed by Chris Mim. I don't think there's any question about that.
I don't think very much, and that's just a foolish foul by Chris Mim.
And now Devin George is going to come in. He was the Lakers' best player in the first half.
Well, he just took over the game in the second quarter and provided all the margin that led the Lakers to the lead at the half. So Kings need to slow him down. Maybe Peja can get into Mr. Devin George.
Oh, Kwami Brown, a lazy pass. And Kwami and Sharif fouled him.
Yeah, just a really careless pass from Bonzi Wells. He needs to think about that one because Kwami had no trouble stepping in the lane and stealing that ball. Bonzi threw it in bounds one-handed. That's why you throw it in bounds with two hands. You can always bring the ball back with two. You can't bring it back with one very easily.
All right, here is Brown missing the first free throw.
Well, the Lakers have shot very poorly from the free throw line thus far.
Brian Skinner's going to come in.
Sasha Vujacic getting an early call here in the third.
There's Bonzi. Wide open is Abdul-Rahim, and the rebound taken by the Lakers. 52-50 here in the third.
You can see the Kings really trying to get each other shot. Might have been a travel by Kobe.
And that's the vintage play of Kobe Bryant. That's when he is at his best off the spin.
Quick and strong.
Yep.
And a great defender as well.
And Bonzi Wells, boy, he worked hard for that whistle.
Oh, he did. I mean, he was going right into the teeth of the storm and the Kobe storm. Now watch Kobe spin away from Bonzi and then get inside, and Bonzi thinks he can go over the top of it, but another look. Probably a pretty good move. He's just so quick with it, and then use the body control to get under Bonzi Wells for the hoop. Big time player.
And the Kings retake the lead. Brian Skinner's coming in. Brad, was that Brad? Did Brad pick up the foul on that last play down? Does he have 5 fouls now? We don't have a statistician tonight. I believe so. And a second is no good rebound by Kwami Brown. So the Lakers down a point. Have the basketball 4 minutes into this third quarter. Kwami Brown, no good. And the rebound taken by Brian Skinner. Stojakovic. Nope, still can't find a shot. Sharif, good position. Put back. Oh, it rolled over the iron. And Brown has it.
Oh, great opportunity for the Kings, but couldn't convert. But the Lakers, very careless, throw it away.
So the Lakers give it right back to Sacramento.
Boy, Peja has not gotten his shot to drop. Watch the pass behind Sasha, and he goes down for the count.
And look at that bad pass. Boy, there was miscommunication there, and Bonzi Wells fouls Kobe Bryant.
Well, that's 2 turnovers on the inbounds passes on the sideline from almost the very same spot. Rick Adelman probably going to, whatever the sideline play is, it hasn't worked. And you see Bonzi, it looks like he gets a lot of ball. Maybe he got some Kobe as well.
Well, Rick Adelman wants to talk about inbounding the basketball. He calls a timeout. A 1-point game here in the third quarter. (53-52). Bonzi Wells working hard on both sides of the floor here in the first half. Good to see Bonzi attacking the basket and playing good defense. Picked up that last foul, and first experience of the Kings and the Lakers rivalry, and Bonzi talked about it.
It should be cool. This is my first experience of being involved in the Sacramento Lakers rival thing, so I don't really know what to expect. But I know, having any type of exhibition game in Vegas like this, I think it's going to be, big with the fans around the community, and we should give them some excitement tomorrow.
And a big challenge when he has to guard Kobe Bryant.
That's about as big a challenge you can have, but Bonzi seems to enjoy it. I mean, I think he likes challenges. You know, Bonzi is not going to be intimidated by anybody, I can tell you that. And that's what this team needs. Sharif Abdur-Rahim, you certainly see his skill, but Bonzi, I think he brings a little edge, a little toughness edge that this team needs as well, besides the skill that he has.
Jerry, a good start in the first quarter and a good start here in the third quarter for Sacramento.
Well, it really has been a good third quarter. And Sharif Abdur-Rahim, great pass inside. Brad Miller using left hand. Bonzi, an outstanding pass to Mike Bibby across court. Mike delivers the jumper. Mike in the open court finds a hustling Sharif Abdur-Rahim right to the glass again using the backboard. Page in the open court pushing. Nice little drop-off pass to Brad Miller, the recipient for the layup. Sharif faces up one-on-one against Kwami Brown, uses the back, spins, that spin move at the basket. So Kings moving the ball well, looking for one another and playing good basketball.
And back to the inbounds, you're right. I mean, there's no excuse that turn the ball over on a inbounds from the side.
Well, there's been two of them, and the sad thing is it looked like nobody knew exactly what they were doing. So that's something that, I mean, I'm pretty sure Rick Adelman says, hey, guys, we've got a sideline play. Let's run it. Make sure everybody knows where you're going. So there's no reason to turn it over in that situation, especially with no pressure. Just throw it to them. Probably said, let's start off on that play by throwing it to one of our guys.
Game tied at 53, Kobe Bryant.
I think Kobe's probably lost a little weight, although it's good loss for him. I mean, he's just absolutely
he looks great.
Yeah, he got perfect physical condition.
Kind of looks like you when you were that age.
Well, we were both chiseled.
Lakers have the lead back. Oh, Bibby, Mike banged knees and he's limping in midcourt.
Time to shake it off.
And I don't think it's too serious.
Yeah, it's definitely hurting. You know, you hope he can walk that off, but that definitely is a stinger.
So the Lakers off the turnover. And now it's Vujicic's turn to handle without Smush Parker in the game. And Bryant gets to the basket.
Well, Kobe Bryant just too quick for Page. It gets right to the rim.
And again, look at the trap that they're starting to form here. Look at that. Two guys run at Bibby.
And Mike just keeps it alive and throws it over the top of the double team pressure. So really no problem if you take your time and know where your men are.
And the foul gets Sharif to the line. Jerry, it's pretty encouraging to see that Sharif pretty much can get to the foul line whenever he needs to.
Well, it really is. And certainly Kwami Brown at 6'11", not able to keep Sharif from not only penetrating the ball, but shooting over the top. Kwami not happy with that call. But as we know, there's no one that's happy with any calls in the NBA.
So Abdur-Rahim can make it a one-point game if he hits both. Sharif tonight from the foul line is 3 of 3. The rough second quarter for Sacramento. They outscored the Lakers 25-22 after one, but in the second quarter, it was 26-16 Lakers. Well, folks, McDonald's and Sports 1140 Cage to Cage Kings Gold ticket packs for the December 30th Kings-Celtics game will only be for sale at the McDonald's restaurant at 170 Iron Point Road in Folsom. It will be Tuesday, November 22nd from 5 to 9 in the evening. Call 916-45-KINGS or visit kings.com for more information.
So if you live in Folsom, you'd have an advantage getting some of those tickets, wouldn't you?
Well, you know, if you have a car, Jerry, you could probably drive the car. And there is Kobe Bryant with the dunk.
And the left-hand dunk, that brought the Vegas fans off their seats.
We shouldn't be surprised that Kobe can dunk with his left hand.
No, we shouldn't be surprised that Kobe can do anything.
That's
because
right.
He can do. There's nothing on a basketball court that he can't do.
And again, the Kings are taking basically 14 seconds to get into their offense because of the pressure. And Bonzi Wells posted with a fadeaway.
Yeah, posted over the top of Kobe Bryant. Now, what a beautiful sight that is, sports fans.
Boy, a lot of contact. Look to the right side of the screen. Bryant and Bonzi Wells, and now the foul on Skinner as Kwami Brown's progress was impeded.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Bonzi's in. I know you're Kobe Bryant, but you better understand I'm Bonzi Wells. And watch Kobe getting past Page here. Brian Skinner comes over, but the left-hander was throwing down again, just too quick, and it's not how high he gets up there, it's how quick he gets up there. And Bonzi and Kobe having a nice chat. I think Kobe's asking Bonzi if he can come down and visit for a couple days, just talk about the old days. Bonzi said, I got your old days for you.
Well, the old days was Bonzi Wells in the Staples Center with a big lead in the fourth quarter on the way to the NBA Finals, and they lost it. That's the memory that Kobe would have at Kobe Bryant playing the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Stojakovic.
There's Peja. That's Peja Stojakovic.
60-59.
Well, fun game here in Las Vegas. Both teams starting to play like we expect.
And Kobe answering, but not able to connect. And it's going to be Sacramento basketball.
I thought maybe Sharif actually touched it last, but it looked like Kwami went over his shoulder as we see Peja knocking down the open three.
And a foul called on the Lakers.
And the Laker fans here in Las Vegas not happy with the call. It's probably about, maybe be a little more than half and half for Lakers here, you think? But you see Mike Bibby taking the contact, and he got wham-bammed and slammed.
He was fouled twice. He was fouled by both guys.
Yeah, he certainly had fouled by Bufus just on the way up.
And he makes the free throw, 61-59.
So that may give Mike some confidence. That line, he has really been, has not been shooting with any sweet stroke that we're used to there. Maybe this one will give us a swisher. That's the Mike Bibby stroke. Nice follow through. Get the wrinkle in the wrist.
Well, Mike, he missed his first two, all right? But he's made 6 straight from the line.
But most of them have been,
they
have not been smooth strokes.
No, you're right. I
feel that one.
62-61. And an errant pass. Look out. Bryant off the spin.
Well, Mike Bibby really out of control on that play. Up in the air, had nowhere to go, turned his back, so just not a good play.
Boy, they're really making Mike Bibby work, aren't they? And boy, I'll tell you, Bibby is upset. He got hit right in the eye.
Now watch Kobe as Mike gets out of control here. Thinks Brian Skinner can get the ball, but you see Kobe flashing into your screen and makes the outstanding finish.
So a timeout. 63-62 Lakers. Going here in the 8th and final preseason game. It's a 63-62 lead. Mike Bibby hit in the eye, did not get a whistle. And Brad Miller letting them know exactly how it looks.
Yeah, really encouraging. So, Mike, don't worry, you're only scarred for life.
And how about Kobe Bryant in the third quarter?
Well, Kobe was Kobe in that third quarter. Here one-on-one, just cross over. Now the spin move going back against Bonzi, using the body control against Brian Skinner to get the finish. Kobe facing up on Peja Stojakovic, just too quick. Explodes past Peja to the baseline. Sasha Vucic just throwing the ball ahead to Kobe, and Kobe just explodes again. Left hand over the top of everybody. Kobe Bryant being Kobe Bryant, and that is something special.
17 points for Kobe, 5 of 12, 7 of 8 line.
Yeah, it looks like Kobe is ready to have another spectacular season. And, even though this is a young team, as long as Kobe's healthy, you've got to be wary of him.
And when the game's on the line, you have Kobe Bryant, you have a big advantage.
There is nobody better when it's on the line.
Bonzi Wells blocked by Kwami, and that's going to be a 24-second violation.
Well, Brian just a little slow getting the ball up there. I mean, it's really a pretty nice tip there. If Brian would just taken the ball up immediately, could have had it. He just kind of gathered himself, and of course that took an extra second.
All right, so it's 63-62. Good defense, Bonzi Wells. 11 on the shot clock. Jack Nees actually blowing a whistle, and he's going to call a foul on Bonzi Wells, and that's going to be penalty situation, free throws for the Lakers.
Let's see, called the foul. Bonzi over the shoulder, going for the ball. Jack Nees right there.
And Kobe gives the Lakers a 2-point lead. Kobe with 11 third-quarter points. Bonzi Wells, who picked up his third foul, I believe, and it's now a 65-62 game. And the Kings turn it over. And a technical foul on Bibby. And he's frustrated. So Bibby with the foul and the technical.
See if we get a look at it. Here's Sasha Vucicic really pressuring Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby gets called for the foul.
But I'll tell you, Mike needs to be careful here because you don't want to do anything stupid that's going to prevent you from playing on Tuesday night. He's obviously upset. He's still upset he didn't get called at the other end when he got hit in the eye. 66-62.
Well, there's pretty certain that they're not going to call that now.
I don't think so. Bryant. Kobe Bryant, the Lakers offense here in the third quarter. Kwami Brown, good defense by Bibby. I like that help defense. He picks up the foul, but you got to like that effort.
Yeah, very, very physical that time, too. Mike coming in there really to help out. Going for the shot block. Bonzi Wells, Mike Bibby, both going at the 6'11", Kwami Brown.
Good hard foul by Mike Bibby with 3:51 left here in the third.
May actually save a point, maybe two.
Again, watch the Kings bring the ball up and see how the Lakers are being so physical with Mike. He's getting bumped. He's getting doubled. I mean, again, that's been what we've seen.
Well, we've seen it, yeah, ever since the Denver game early in the preseason. That's been a strategy of teams is get into Mike, and Mike has to be able to adjust to that because he's going to see it now probably every game. So the trick is to get the ball, throw the ball ahead some way, so you don't have to fight the pressure every time.
Kobe Bryant out. (68-62). All right, now they drop off Mike. And a 9-0 run for the Lakers.
Well, certainly NBA is a game of runs, and right now it's the Laker run. And Kings
nice pass to Skinner. Oh, he lost it going up. Abdul-Rahim Bonzi, and he's fouled by Kwami Brown.
Well, outstanding interior pass by Mike Bibby, but Brian Skinner not able to control it. You see Mike, a little shoulder pass, and really Brian just lost it on the way up. I don't know if it slipped out of his hands or what, but Bonzi Wells changing hands and drawing the contact, so Kings still get an opportunity to score. Although, boy, Bonzi has thrown up a couple of unguided missiles here tonight. Brad Miller, by the way, does have only four
fouls, you're right. 68-62.
But Bonzi 4 of 9 from the free throw line. That's un-Bonzi-like. And Jack Nees explaining to Kwami Brown that he will be officiating the rest of the game.
Yeah. And it's the Lakers lead of 5 after the free throws by Bonzi Wells. 3:35 left third quarter. Aaron McKee in the backcourt with Vucicic. Odom. With the left hand, he's so good with the little flip. We've seen it over the years, and it's a 70-63 game.
Well, very skilled guy, but you certainly try to want to keep him from getting that ball on the floor with his left.
And Bonzi Wells with the pop.
That Bonzi struggling from the free throw line, but making tough jumpers.
Devin George, no good from 3, and the rebound by Bonzi Wells.
Bonzi again doing an outstanding job on the defensive board.
Pretty move, but he missed the shot. Aaron McKee has it. Vujacic, little 15-footer. That's a good play. You know, so many players want to take the ball to the goal in that situation.
Yeah, really, basically, Sasha, very smart play. Get it to where you know you can have an easy shot, take it, and make it.
(72-65). Peja inside the circle.
Well, Peja just not making that outside shot consistently. He's had some really good looks, too.
And that's a blocking foul on Abdul Rahim, and he's not happy with Violet Palmer's call.
Well, I don't blame him. I mean, Rick Allen can't believe it. I can't believe it. Sharif Abdur-Rahim was an innocent bystander in that play as he just got ran over, it looked like to me. I mean, the charge block's the toughest call to make, but that didn't seem particularly tough from this angle. I mean, Sharif is still saying, you know, probably can't find a nicer guy in the NBA, and he's saying, now, what was I supposed to do there? Get a good look at here, and you see Sharif establish some position. I mean, his body was completely in front of Lamar Odom. Now, you know, he may not have been completely still with his feet, but he had position established.
Kenny Thomas, Kevin Martin in. Down to a minute 55 in this the third quarter, and the Lakers missed the second.
Yeah, Kings really need to score on this trip.
That's Mike Bibby's bread and butter. I'll tell you, Mike is having a lot of words with Vujacic on just about every single possession. He's yapping at him still right now.
Yeah, he's not pleased. He got smacked by him, and no foul call. And I think it's been going from there. So.
And here they go. They set up a screen for Vujacic, and he lost it. Gets it back. And a foul. And he will get a couple of shots. So Mike Bibby and Sasha Vujacic. Mike Bibby looks like he's played a couple periods of hockey.
Yeah, he's look at, he's got scratches all over his face, and you know, he didn't do that to himself, and that's why he's frustrated. He said, you know, I didn't start the game looking like this.
(74-67).
Yeah, Mike talking to Devin Jordan. He's going to talk to anybody within range and saying, you know, this ain't right.
75-67. All right, so the Kings with a minute 15 left. Here's Bibby. Short. Rebound. Vujacic. Thomas guarding Lamar Odom. Boy, that missed badly. And it comes to Vujacic. Such a bad shot. The Kings couldn't rebound it.
Yeah, came off funny. Kind of surprised Kevin Martin.
Shot clock at 2. And that's a brick. That's a violation. The ball never hit the rim.
And Jack Nice right there, as you said.
Didn't call a 24-second violation. No, he just called it out of bounds. Bibby from 16.
That's Mike Bibby. Set up his offense just the way he wanted. Spun around Kenny Thomas and then used Brian Skinner. So Mike Bibby is really, really playing at a high level right now.
75-69. If anything comes out of this preseason game, it's definitely been the play of Mike Bibby. Looks like he is ready to open up the season Tuesday. Boy, there was a foul that wasn't called there. Lamar Odom makes the basket.
Exactly right. Well, more contact on that than we've seen. So, but Odom able to finish the shot anyway and shakes his head. Kings need to make this shot to gain some ground this quarter.
Here's Peja with a corner 3. High rainbow. And that will do it for the third. We have 12 minutes of basketball left in the final preseason game of the year. The Kings and the Lakers from Las Vegas. And it's 77-69 Lakers.
You know, part of the learning curve. Not very many guys come into the league and are outstanding, you know, every quarter. I mean, LeBron James wasn't, and Magic Johnson wasn't, or Michael Jordan wasn't, for that matter. Now, that doesn't mean that Francisco is going to be at that level, because I don't really believe that he is, but love to be wrong.
All right, here is the lineup for the Kings. And, Jerry, I think a real key here for Sacramento is how are they going to break this pressure? They got Hart, Martin, Thomas, Stojakovic, and Skinner, and when these five played, they were very sloppy with the basketball.
But one thing about it is, like right there, just throw it right back to Kenny Thomas, who really is a skilled handler for a power forward. So they've got a lot of guys to throw ahead to. Really, Kenny or Peja would be where Jason Hart could throw ahead or break it himself.
And Peja just continues to struggle with that shot.
Well, good effort by Peja, and draws the foul. Great second effort. Peja Stojakovic missed the first shot, didn't quit on the play, and picks up the loose ball. Able to watch as Peja misses a shot. The ball's battled for. Kings can't come up with it. Kenny Thomas knocks the loose, and there's Peja. Nice little kiss off the glass. Excellent effort by Peja. That may be just what it takes to get him going.
And even that free throw not clean, but it goes through. 77-72.
Well, it's nice to be within 5 with right away. So nice 3-point play.
McKee, Profit, George, Cook, and Brown on the floor for Phil Jackson's Lakers. Devin George. Short. Rebound, Lakers.
Looked like a little push in the back, and I think Kenny Thomas saying, I had that ball and been pushed.
10 on the shot clock. And there's Kwami. Basket counts. It's about as good as we've seen Kwami Brown look, isn't it?
Well, other than a couple of years ago against the Kings in Washington, when he had 30 points and 11 rebounds, you see a little spinning shot here. Aaron McKee just drops the ball off to Kwami Brown. Catch, puts it up, doesn't waste a dribble in there. And that's a lot of young big guys want to put the ball on the floor that time. And if they do that, then they're always a defender has one more chance to get to them. So that's a good play by Kwami. But it does look like he, you know, I mean, some of the bad things that happened in Washington were his own doing, and he was able to admit that. So that gives you a chance to go ahead, and you can admit you were at fault.
80-72. What a nice job of breaking the pressure there. What a difference between this fourth quarter and the second quarter.
Well, look at, you know, when you catch the ball, first thing you should do is look up the court. And if you can throw it ahead, throw it ahead. And of course, Jason Hart, once he caught the ball, he took it to the basket. If you're not going to stop the ball, I'm going to the basket with it.
There's George. And the rebound, Kenny Thomas.
Well, a zone press is just that. It's a zone press. You're double teaming the ball at some point, so you got to make them pay for it by attacking the basket and trying to get the numbers on the other end.
80-74. Here's Kenny Thomas spinning, and out of the double team they swing. Martin. Oh, nice ball fake by Kevin Martin, and Devin George fouled him.
Get a good look at how the Kings broke the press that time. Here's Kevin Martin just throwing the ball ahead to a running Jason Hart. Ball not stopped. He just blows by. Kwami Brown uses the left hand, and nice finish. So Jason Hart looks like he is certainly healed up from that hip pointer.
Brad Miller's going to check in. Skinner out with the score 80-74. Well, Jerry, 10 minutes and 21 seconds left, and then we can start the season.
Well, I think we're all going to be ready.
Yep. 80-75, but in the meantime, we got a good game here.
We got a very good game here. I think both teams really trying to play good basketball, and they are.
And McKee, he lost Kevin Martin here.
Certainly did. Just a nice little curl on the high screen, and Kevin trailed it all the way. And, of course, you can't trail a guy going to the basket. You can trail him going away from the basket.
Jason Hart had an open shot, passed it up. Martin, and a new shot clock for Sacramento.
Good hustle play. Seeing a lot of good energy and effort here by both teams.
Hart gets by one, and a kick out. Kevin Martin, a three. Well short. Rebound Stojakovic. Man, that's not short, and the Kings are within 5.
And Kings doing it with some second chance point opportunities, so you just love to see that. If you're Rick Adelman, that you're getting a lot of hustle points.
And this is the first time we've seen these 5 on the floor tonight. You have Miller and Stojakovic with Martin, Hart, and of course Kenny Thomas guarding Brian Cook. And now Francisco's going to come in as there's a loose ball foul.
Watch Page take the rebound, just fade away over the top of Kwami Brown, and now that stroke looks pretty smooth. Going away from the hoop just to create a little space, enough to get the ball away.
That foul on the Kings, their second team foul.
It'll be very important now for Francisco to come in here and establish that he's a quality player. Forget about the first step.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with now.
And what a nice spin by Laurent Prophet. (84-77). There's Thomas.
Well, Kenny Thomas, that's a shot he likes. Has not got it going there. Francisco Garcia coming in with a nice anticipated steal. Finds Kevin Martin not able to finish, but that's Francisco Garcia.
Jerry, what about the spacing now on that loose ball when they came? It seemed like all 3 were running next to each other.
They weren't 2 foot apart.
Yeah.
You know?
But it works. They'll come back and they'll have some free throws. 8:28 left. 84-77. 84-77. Jerry, let's look at that last steal by Garcia.
Well, Francisco just anticipating that pass, steps in there, using the anticipation, finds Kevin Martin at the basket, and you said that, as you said, Grant, the spacing wasn't very good. Fortunately, able to take advantage. You see that soft pass, and Francisco, you throw one that with a big arch on it like that, Francisco would get it. But if you had better spacing, one guy couldn't have really guarded 3, and that time Martin able to draw the foul, fortunately.
Free throws have not been a bright spot for Sacramento. They missed 8 of them. They get 2 here from Kevin Martin. Sacramento shooting 43%. And if you're joining us a little late, Mike Bibby is having himself a nice ball game. He's 7 of 12 shooting, 6 of 8 line. And he has 5 assists, 20 points, by far the best he's looked in this preseason.
Certainly has been. Has done so many good things. So Mike looks like he's got his game ready. Some other interesting stats. I mean, Peja Stojakovic, the leading rebounder for the Sacramento Kings with 8 rebounds. So even though he's not shooting well, doing some things that normally he doesn't do particularly well, but 8 rebounds leading the team, that's a great sign as well. And of course, Bonzi getting 7 rebounds from the guard position, which is outstanding.
Kings with 3 road games to open up the season. Tuesday in Oklahoma City, Wednesday in Houston, and Sunday at Phoenix. The schedule was changed after the hurricane ravaged the Gulf Coast and New Orleans had to relocate to Oklahoma City. The schedule originally was supposed to go Houston, a day off New Orleans, a day off Phoenix. So Kevin Martin at the line. 8:28 left here in the 4th. Trying to cut it to 5. Andrew Bynum is in.
Yeah, that's a good reminder, too. Now, the Kings really need to take advantage of this. You've got to know who's on the floor.
But they didn't do it in the first half when Bynum was in.
Well, they certainly didn't. And I mean, they have got to get Brad involved here.
And who wants it? Garcia comes up with it.
Well, you had 3 gold shirts fighting for it, and that's a great sign. Kenny Thomas, Garcia, and Brad Miller.
There's Jason Hart. Garcia open. Here's the 3.
That time Bynum was guarding Kenny Thomas again. That would just be a terrific matchup for the Kings, I think.
Now Cook with 13 to shoot. And again, Garcia and Martin go after that ball.
Martin, that's a great. See 2 young guys just scooping the ball off the glass.
And Jason Hart had it knocked out of his hands with 10 on the 24.
But Jason being very aggressive. He turned the corner. He was trying to get all the way to the rim.
Well, Kobe Bryant and Smush Parker will come into the game. So that kind of gives you the impression Phil would like to win this game.
Well, Smush not wearing his headband, so he's trying to get a little quicker, I guess.
Devin Green in as well.
Devin Green, free agent out of Hampton.
And Jack Neese is going to say, young man, tuck in that jersey, please.
You're in the NBA now.
That's exactly right.
You're not playing for Marty McNeil's old school at Hampton.
84-79.
I know Marty, everybody had their shirt out there at Hampton, I imagine.
Yep. Oh, boy. And look at that. Hart knocked away Brad Miller. Look what I found.
Well, Brad's great hands. I mean, that ball deflected to him, but Brad Miller, no wasted motion, just catch, score the ball.
84-81. 5 minutes left. Or 5 minutes gone by, rather, in this, the fourth. And there is Bynum, no good. And the rebound picked up by Kobe Bryant. And finally, the Lakers come out of that scrum.
Well, again, the Kings can't come up with a defensive rebound. They had two great chances to get it. And, you know, with Mr. Kobe Bryant, you're going to pay if you don't get it when you can.
Good help
great
defense.
Rebound, Kenny Thomas.
And a lead for Garcia, and he's got Kevin Martin with him. Alley-oop Martin. And he's fouled, and he'll get a couple of free throws. Oh, boy.
I think Rick Alman maybe feels like that may even been a flagrant. We're going to see the alley, and there's Kevin going for all. And look at the foul in the lower part of the body from Brian Cook. Really takes a hammer job on
That's dangerous is what that is.
That's exactly right. That's why Rick is upset, and he should be. You know, that wasn't clearly going for the ball. I mean, he had his lower hand in the lower part of his body, and
that's what the rule's designed for, isn't it?
Yeah, that was my understanding. Here again, another little look at it. Now watch Cook as he goes. You see that left hand right there in the chest. Definitely could have been dangerous.
And it's now a two-point game.
Well, it'll be interesting. With this lineup on the floor, you have a very athletic team, very small, so rebounding might be a factor. But, of course, Kenny Thomas, even though he's small, very quick off his feet. So that may be a factor.
Smush Parker. And he draws the foul, and that will be some free throws unless they called it before the move to the basket. Yep, 2 shots, and that's the 13th foul as we are close to the halfway point of this fourth quarter.
With this team on the floor, also, you wonder now just where are the Kings going to go for offense? Well, they can go to Brad Miller and Kenny Thomas. Certainly, I think these guys will create a lot of problems for Bynum and Kenny, certainly for Brian Cook. So
I know one thing. I know where the Lakers are going for their offense.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I believe he has an 8 on his jersey.
85-82. Last year at this time, Kobe was surrounded in the controversy with the trial and everything. That's now behind him. 86-82. Kevin Martin, a 3. Nicely done.
Well, Kevin Martin just right over the top of Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe felt Kevin might try to drive.
1-point game.
Well, you know the Lakers would like to go to Kobe against Kevin Martin. So great opportunity for Kevin Martin, guarding one of the all-time greats.
Thomas. And he tried to take it away from Bynum. Now it's Parker, 6 to shoot. Green. Rebound, Brad Miller. And the Kings now can take the lead with 5:30 left.
Now Brian Cook is guarding Brad Miller, which is not a bad matchup for the Lakers, but Kenny Thomas being guarded by Bynum. This is good for the Kings.
Look out. Martin fouled. Nice pass by Kenny Thomas. That gets us to a timeout. I think Kings players are up off the bench as if it's a timeout. And there's the horn. Kevin Martin has put the Kings to within a point here in the fourth on Comcast Sportsnet. '86-85, 5:18 left, and at the beginning of this quarter I talked a lot about Kevin Martin. and you know how it's his last chance to really get that playing time. I think he's played very well here in this quarter. What about
you?
He
really has. You know, made the big three, but I think it's important as anything. He's guarding Kobe Bryant and you know, trying to make it tough. And nobody can guard Kobe, but he's certainly doing the best he can and trying to give the Kings a chance to play Kobe straight up, not having to double him every possession and being aggressive on the boards. Kevin's a big reason why the Kings are in a great position here. Only one down. But I do think that Kings, if Bynum stays in the game, Kings really need to find a way to get the ball to Kenny Thomas. Not necessarily that he's going to score every time, but Bynum will give him so much room because he's scared of Kenny's quickness.
Yep.
He'll have an opportunity to pass the ball, just as we saw, easily, or certainly take some open shots.
One thing that we saw tonight, when the starting five was on the floor in the first quarter and again at the start of the second half, I think we really got a glimpse on how good this unit can be. All right, I mean, we saw passing, we saw good plays, we saw Sharif passing, Bonzi, Brad, Peja, you know, didn't make shots, but you know that's going to happen. And Mike play. I mean, really, if you're looking at the first part of the season, that's got to be a real comfort for Rick Adams.
Yeah, this team, you know, there's no doubt you see things you really like. Free throw shooting tonight ain't one of them, but you know, this is a team that can be very good. And as you said, you see all the elements now. You know, how long it takes for everything to fit just perfectly. You know, and get a bench that's productive and consistent. Tonight, that just didn't happen. But you certainly liked a lot of good things there. Sharif and Bonzi show you a lot of stuff. All
right, let's see what happens now, because Francisco is guarding Kobe at the bottom of the screen. Here's the matchup right here. And rebound Miller.
Well, again, nice defense by Garcia. You know, Kobe had to take a tough fadeaway jumper. We know he can make those, but that's a 40% shot as opposed to maybe a 60% shot.
Sacramento looking to take the lead. There it is. Brad Miller put it right where it had to be.
Brad Miller, the highly skilled center, just beautifully led Kevin Martin. And, of course, Kevin's that great athleticism, able to finish with his quickness. Kevin quicker than most two guards in this league.
88-86. And that's an offensive foul on Green.
And beautifully set up by Jason Hart. Certainly. Now watch this great pass from Brad Miller. Well, that would be the foul. So that would not be the pass. So I don't guess we need to watch that.
All right. Jason Hart and the Kings with an 88-86 lead. Here's Francisco to catch and shoot. Yes.
Oh, excellent. Francisco Garcia, much like he did against Denver, had a bad stint early, came back and was very productive. That's why this young guy is going to be good.
90-86. Here's the matchup again with Kobe on Garcia. Double team, drops it off to Bynum, and the basket counts. He was fouled by Brad Miller. That's the 5th foul on Brad Miller.
Now watch Brad Miller finding Garcia off a screen from Kenny Thomas, and boy, just a nice catch and shoot. Now Kobe spinning, drawing all the attention. You see Brad come up to help out. He tries to react and get back to Bynum, not able to quickly enough. That's what Kobe does.
90-89, and now Brad Miller brings it across.
That's what I like too. You know, you can throw it ahead to centers. I mean, certainly with Bynum, that's a press breaker automatically.
Here's Hart. Hart. Nice save by Kevin Martin. Garcia, a 3. Martin picks up the loose ball, and Kevin Martin put it in the butt and send it to the line.
Boy, you cannot make up for hustle and energy, and Kevin Martin is providing both. Watch this. Ball almost thrown away. Ball saved by Martin. Look at him. He's on the floor. Shots taken. What's happening? Guess who's coming after it? Knocked loose by Kenny Thomas. There's Kevin Martin.
And a chance to make it 93-89 with 3:36 left. Kevin Martin has been a spark plug here in the 4th quarter for Sacramento.
He's been a spark plug and a piston and maybe a carburetor.
Well, and maybe we'll be getting a call to come off the bench against New Orleans early.
I think we can count on that.
Odom. Rimmed out, rebound Miller. And right now it's all Sacramento. Here they come. Now it's a 2-on-3.
Well, Jason Hart, good decision.
Garcia, 3. Look at the kid! Look at the first round pick, Francisco! Drain the long ball.
Francisco says, I wasn't good in the first half, but I'm plenty good right now.
A 14-3 run, and Kobe Bryant gets free. 96-91, 3 minutes left, and we have got a dandy of a finish here in Las Vegas.
Unfortunately, Francisco has to guard Superman. Don't get a chance to be too happy.
Now Hart crosses over. Sets up Kevin Martin with a corner three. Rims out, rebound, Bynum. And here's Kobe at his best. He loves these situations. And he passes.
Well, drew all the attention. As soon as the double team formed, just threw over the top, found the open man.
And Rick Alleman wants a timeout. 96-93, thanks to the long three by Francisco Garcia. Should be a good finish. We'll have it for you when we come back. (96-93), and that man right there, Jerry, when the game's on the line, you know number 8's going to touch the rock. Maybe the best in the league when this situation is close with a couple minutes left in the fourth quarter. And I mean, how many times has he done it over his career? He is just one game. How about this sequence? He made 2 threes to beat the Lakers at the end of the season.
And unbelievable threes. I mean, but as you say, you know, he's probably made more big shots in the last several years than any player in the league, and likes these impossible shots. His athleticism and strength enables him to do that. I mean, just a remarkable player, and all the best is still ahead for Kobe Bryant, and certainly Rick Alleman, his team know it. Look at the poll, the GM's poll. Which player would you like to take a shot with the game on the line? Kobe Bryant, 62%. Ray Allen second at 15. That says it all, doesn't it?
Well, right now, Kobe's team trails 96-93. There are 2:21 left.
You know, part of that shot on the line stuff, which I think a lot of people forget, is not everybody can get a shot. You know, with Kobe, I mean, he can get a shot. Now, maybe a tough shot, but he can always get a shot off. Right. And
now Kobe Bryant is his last 2 possessions for the Lakers.
Well, here's Kobe driving on just about everybody, just splits Kevin Martin, and Francisco Garcia uses quickness and strength to go up through.
And then he had on the second possession, he passed the ball beautifully for a layup.
Well, he's got the whole package, no doubt about it. He knows this is his team, and it's up to him to make his teammates better, and Kobe's doing just that.
Oh, so it's not Phil's team?
Not right now on the court.
All right, 96-93. Just checking. Kenny Thomason.
Phil hadn't rebounded all night, has he?
Kenny, bad pass. Here comes Kobe right at Brad Miller playing with 5 fouls. Missed it. And Lamar Odom tips it home. It's a 96-95 game with 2 minutes left.
Well, great effort by Lamar Odom. Kings really got to score the ball this time. You don't need to force it.
Jason Hart, Kevin Martin, Garcia, Thomas, Miller. Francisco. Long rebound, and it comes to Green. Francisco did not follow up his shot. He would have had an easy rebound. Lamar Odom. Fouled. Nope. We'll go to the line and try to give the Lakers the lead if he can make both.
Well, Lamar Odom coming up big here. Here's Kobe Bryant, misses the shot. Well defended. There's Odom with the hustle play with the left-hand tip. And follows up with another, drawing the foul.
Jerry, I want to go back to that three that Francisco shot. He didn't follow it up. His instinct is to, number one, after the shot, make sure he gets back on defense and not getting beat in transition, because he would have easily had the rebound.
Well, certainly he's the back guy in that particular case. He had to cover back. If Garcia right here, now he is the back guy. Jason Hart has penetrated. So in that case, if he doesn't cover back, now he did go for it, but somebody's got to cover the back court.
97-96.
And the back guy is always responsible.
All right, Jason Hart sees pressure, surveys the floor. Kings have to hurry. Miller dribbles it across, and he is fouled. And that is going to be free throws. Oh, it's a violation. I beg your pardon. It is a 8-second violation. I thought he beat it. The official said no. And that is a bad mistake by the Kings.
Well, first time the Laker press has hurt the Kings for a while, but boy, it couldn't come at a worse time.
And they did exactly what they wanted. They wanted Brad Miller to handle the ball. Takes more time to get the ball over the timeline, but that was very close. 128. And the Lakers now with the lead in the basketball. And just keep your eye bottom of your screen with Kobe Bryant. Parker.
Looked like a travel from
Yep.
Parker, but
Sure did. And it's 99-96. So the Lakers making a push here late fourth to take the lead.
well, the momentum has swung Laker way. Kings must have a basket this trip.
Thomas. Nice pass to Miller. Fouled. He'll get a couple of free throws. Good passing by the big men.
Outstanding pass. Kenny Thomas had a pretty good shot. Saw Brad Miller right at the basket.
Bynum on the foul. So we have 63 seconds left, and Brad Miller will go to the line. He's 1 of 1 in this game.
Andrew Bynum, the young guy, with the foul, but you have to be impressed with this young guy for what we've seen here tonight.
Jerry, this is a preseason game, but you know what? It's the Kings and the Lakers, and so it's not feeling like a preseason game right now.
Absolutely. I mean, as you said, it's Kings-Lakers. Don't need to say more than that.
Yep.
There's a little tension in Summer League.
Going to be hard for the Kings to win, though, if they don't do a better job breaking the pressure.
They've got to break the pressure. They got to rebound the ball. You know that Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom's going to be able to get a shot off.
1 point game. Bryant follows. Kobe Bryant just so deadly trying to Sacramento. 101-98. They did a nice job on him initially, but he was able to follow up. We'll be back. 45 seconds left, and the Lakers lead it by 3. 101-98, an exciting finish here from the Thomas & Mack Center at Sacramento Ball. And Kobe was stopped initially, Jerry, but not the second time.
Well, just a case of Kobe Bryant being the very best athlete on the court. You'll watch Francisco Garcia plays him very well here, forcing him to take a tough shot off the dribble. Brad Miller comes over to help, but you see Kobe, his quickness, reacts quicker than anybody on the floor. He is just quicker and stronger than anybody on the floor. Again, takes a tough shot, but up after the miss before anyone else can get to it and able to finish the shot. Big time player, big time shot.
What a thrill it's got to be for Francisco Garcia facing Kobe Bryant for the first time with the game on the line. Kobe Bryant, 23 points.
Well, you can't help but learn from a situation like this, Grant, because, I mean, Francisco has never played against a guy like Kobe Bryant. I don't care what kind of league you're playing in the NCAA, you don't run into Kobe Bryant. And so this is something that he can learn from. You see Kobe and Phil getting a little chuckle out of that last play. But Kobe coming up with 23 points, and of course, always down the stretch going to be involved.
All right, here we go with 45 seconds left.
Well, it's a 2-for-1 situation, certainly. So Kings, if they can score within about 10 seconds, are in great position here to win the ball game.
Comcast Sportsnet with an exciting finish here from Las Vegas. Jason Hart, blocked. Alley-oop, Green, missed it! And Brad Miller's fouled, and boy, what a big call that is, because he'll get 2 free throws with 31 seconds left, which will ensure that the Kings, if they get a rebound, will get another possession.
Now watch Jason Hart go hard to the basket. Actually, it looked like a good block. Kobe Bryant, a great play. Now on the other end, Green has a wide open shot here. He misses it, and Brad Miller with the rebound and draws the foul. So, boy, a strange turn of events. But what a spectacular block by Kobe, I thought there.
And here's a real key. Again, I want to talk about the time, all right? There's going to be a 7-second differential on the clock. So if the Kings can get a stop, they'll have a chance.
They will be a 2-for-1 situation.
Got to make your free throws, obviously, and that one is good. 101-99, a chance for a 1-point game. Boy, what a way to finish the preseason. An exciting game here from Vegas.
Well, yeah, regardless, this gets both teams ready to go into the regular season, playing regular season basketball.
And no timeout for the Lakers to play it up a point. Here we go. So the matchup will be again Kobe Bryant and Francisco Garcia. I guess it's not. Everybody looked at Kobe and Lamar Odom went right through the defense.
Yeah, just nobody seemed like put much of a pressure on Lamar Odom, as you said. Had that easy.
There's Hart to tie it. In and out. And they foul. Boy, that ball was on its way down and it popped out. That was a good look by Jason Hart. But how about Lamar Odom at the other side? I mean, this was just way too simple.
Hey, you see Lamar, there's a screen from Kobe, takes Kenny Thomas out of the play. Nobody reacts quick enough. Lamar at 6'8", too big. But that screen from Kobe Bryant showing you that he does a little bit of everything. Takes Kenny Thomas out of the play. Francisco Garcia Martin a little bit too small to stop Odom at the basket.
And Jerry, that was a problem as he misses the free throw last year in the playoff series to Seattle. Game on the line. The Kings gave up layups. You can't give up a layup with the game on the line.
You have really got to challenge everything at the basket in those situations. You can't worry. You're not worrying about fouls at that point.
All right. This to win the game in all likelihood for Lamar Odom. And a 20-second timeout called by Sacramento. Everybody in the gym, including me, I don't know about you, but we all thought Kobe Bryant was going to touch the ball. And you wonder if the Kings, kind of just, I don't know, got laid back there.
Well, I think that's exactly what was supposed to happen because Kobe set that screen. And had Lamar not been completely open, he would have kicked the ball back to Kobe. I think that's exactly the way that play was supposed to work, a screen and pop kind of thing. We'll see it because Kobe really sets a nice screen here. Now you see Lamar Odom coming off a back screen from Kobe. There's the screen. Now if he stopped here, he would have kicked the ball back to Kobe for a one-on-one situation. Didn't have to do that.
All right, 104 to 100, 10.8 left.
But your point is accurate there. Game's on the line. Lamar Odom's going to the basket. Doesn't make any difference who it is. You've got to challenge that shot. More than challenge a shot. You've got to make sure a shot is not attempted there at the basket.
You can't. I mean, it's a layup. Come on.
Yeah. You got to make the guy earn two at the line. Well, there's still a chance. Kings have got to score very quickly here and then either get a steal or foul immediately.
Hart gets by one, kicks out. Garcia, a corner three. Boy, this kid now foul. He just loves to take shots in big situations, doesn't he? You can already tell that about Francisco. He wants to run.
I tell you what, you got to love this young guy. Like I say, a couple of times we've seen him struggle in the first half, but he has come back, very good in the second half. Jason Hart penetrating, finds Francisco, no hesitation. Nice rotation on the ball right in there. Francisco Garcia has played very well down the stretch. Seems to be learning every time he goes on the court.
Well, been a fun game. Kobe to the line. And Kobe Bryant in this ball game is 9 of 10.
Well, even if he hits both of them, Kings have time. 3.6 seconds can tie the game.
And if he misses one, then we get a real interesting finish because the Lakers won't be able to foul. There it is, a miss. And now the Kings will have a real good chance with 3.6 seconds left.
Now the important thing is if he misses again, you got to get the rebound. So you don't want to.
Yeah, but the Kings have no timeouts, so they're going to have to bring the ball the full length of the court. There are no timeouts. Which means if you make a basket, it's probably going to be a three for the win. All right, here we go. It's actually better that Kobe made that free throw. Jason Hart. A three. No good. So Jason Hart with a chance to win it. And an exciting game goes to the Lakers. Well, that's about all you can ask in a preseason game, Jerry.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Both teams really played hard down the stretch. Lakers just had a little bit more tonight.
105-103 the final. We'll be right back.